Hello, I'm Marshall Shore, the hip historian, and we are here talking about the Bikini Lounge, one of the Valley's most beloved and oldest tiki bars. Now, before we talk about that, let's talk a little bit about Grand Avenue, that diagonal in a city on a grid. Now, originally it was intended to get people all the way out to Wickenburg, as well as those agricultural communities out through Peoria and Glendale. Now, in the early 30s, Grand was developing into a mix of farm, residential, and commercial seen here. Grand Avenue Pharmacy, as well as Medill Grocery in that same building that now houses the Bikini. Grand Avenue became the western gateway to Phoenix as the US 60 until it was decommissioned in the early 80s. It was a major road to and from LA, so there was lots of gas, food, and lodging, from motels to resorts springing up all along Grand. Now, you've got places like Bragg's Pie Factory that if you visit today, you'll find food and lots of local arts going on, the Egyptian going back to its 50s roots, as well as the Desert Sun, full of so much local goodness. Now, Bikini opened its doors back in 1952. And on its wall when it opened was a backlit image of a mushroom cloud, likely this one, at Bikini Atoll. Now in 1954, brought the Tiki-rific remodel under new management of bar veterans Bud Meyer and his brother-in-law, Walt Relford. Almost a decade later, back in 1963, it became a black-lighted Polynesian atmosphere, with music including organ, piano, and accordion. I sure could go for a whiskey neat with some accordion music right now at Bikini Lounge. By the late 70s, the 10 was completed and started cutting into the traffic on Grand. As you can see here, in the late 70s, they started bringing in hula dancers and go-go dancers. It was said that on the corner booth, they would place a tabletop there and a scantily clad lady would get up and dance in the early morning for all the truckers. Some days it was said she would wear even less. Today, you can find a painting of a hula girl. According to one of the owners, it was not originally a hula girl, it was just naked. A former owner felt it needed some modesty, so a skirt was painted, creating one of the most iconic scenes on Grand Avenue at the historic 1502 Grand Avenue, home of the Bikini Lounge.